How are you?
Our question, how are you?
Oh my God.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to Tuesday night. Hope everybody has had a great week so far. I have.
Yeah.
I actually slept last night, which is amazing.
That sleep is always good.
Yeah,
Sleep is good.
fell asleep at 7:30 p.m. and got up at 7 a.m.
Oh,
You
shit.
can't beat that with a stick.
Get you 12 hours. Come on now.
Yeah. So I hope everybody's having a good week so far. We're going to talk Grammy watches. There's also a ton of new releases that we can talk about, and we may have another couple of surprises. Who knows? We've got a couple of new watches coming out tomorrow from one of our favorite micro brands. Has one of them, and that is Jack Mason. You may remember when we had the founder of Jack Mason on. They've got a new watch coming out tomorrow that I haven't seen yet.
I saw it.
Interesting. Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, you're better than us.
Well,
they sent me the PR release.
We'll ask about your first impressions.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, good. I got the email, advancing that it was coming out tomorrow, but I haven't seen it yet. And also, my friend Alan Zhao at Zhao Baltimore has another watch coming out tomorrow. So something for you guys to look forward to as far as micro brands go. But before we go any further, let's find out what everybody has on the wrist this evening. We'll start with you, Jen. What do you think? What you got?
Rocking the Timex, Marlin Chrono.
That looks familiar.
I love this watch. Thank you, Robert.
I'm so happy that you like it.
It's great. Like it's hard to even describe the crystal on this thing, like the effect you get. Like, I think they did a great job for it not being a glass box. It's a hell of a watch. I really like it.
I'm so glad you like that watch. For some reason, I thought I would love it, and I just didn't. And so I'm glad that it is in the hands of somebody who loves it.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Lots.
Blake Ray, what's on the wrist tonight, Blake?
The big Panerai this time.
I wear a Panerai because I'm a man.
Yeah.
A manly watch.
That's right.
Men.
Does that come with the crane to keep your arm up?
Yeah. I'm in my Italian Navy phase right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Speaking of manly men, what's on the wrist tonight, Mitch?
I'm Batman. Okay. Got that out of the way.
Yeah.
I have an Albershorn Type 10.
Oh.
This is a new independent brand.
Yeah.
Tries to do what they call imaginary vintage watches.
Yeah.
So this is what they think a Type 20 precursor would have looked like. And it's definitely novel. You've got it's a mono pusher with a sort of red lever. The crown is at 11 o'clock. The registers are at the bottom. And it's
wild.
It's got a modified 7750-esque movement. One of the founders of the brand is an executive at either Salida or La Joux-Perret. And this is their second watch. Their first watch was a regatta timer that they issued through Messina Labs.
I was going to ask you if they'd done something with Messina. I thought they had.
That was their first.
Yeah.
Was the excuse me, the regatta timer. Interestingly, when I lived in New York, I knew William Messina. He was part of our watch collectors group.
Oh, okay.
Very
cool. Since then,
man.
He's gone off and done bigger and better things.
Well, I have got on tonight the Bucherer. The Bucherer. Because I'm wearing my hat that I promised Kurt that I would wear on the next stream I was on. I was going to wear it on Sunday night, but I felt terrible on Sunday night, so I didn't come on then. But finally, he picked this up for me in October at Watch Time when we finally had a chance to meet up at Omega Saturday night, and I got it from him, and he said, "As long as I've been keeping up with this thing, you better wear it on the next stream." Here it is, Kurt.
I saw the photos from the Omega, man. Looked pretty fun.
It was a blast. It was fantastic. And let me tell you something, the staff over there at the Omega Austin Boutique is fantastic. One of the best staffs I've ever met at any kind of watch store, jewelry store, anything. They're just fantastic. So if you're in the Austin area, you want an Omega, go talk to those guys because they are absolutely wonderful.
Seems cool. They got one of those like golden moon mans, like a full size.
Wow!
In the center. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I haven't seen that.
So I'll make Zach's night and go talk to Zach over at Omega because Zach was nice enough to let me wear for a very long time my beautiful black Seamaster that I want to buy from there one of these days. So I want to thank him for absolutely getting me hooked on that watch like I wasn't already. Let's see who's in here tonight. Of course, we have Lonely Wrist because that's Blake.
Hi.
We have the Watch Hangout. I just want to talk watches. Yes, we do. And if you want to join us, the link is in the chat. So feel free to hop on StreamYard and tell us what's going on with you. AB is in the house. Are the Grammys still a thing? Not for me.
I don't know.
They did have some pretty interesting watches, so we'll go over that in just a minute. We've got DP in the house, reminding everybody to upvote, as well as JDMTL, who has upvoted. Philip Hurst Media, hey. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Ryan Hofre, Tuesdays don't suck anymore, thanks to Robert Wood.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Ryan. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. AB agrees. Our man BB is in the house. Hello, all. Kevin Hawthorne joins us. Good evening from Lakeland, Florida. Collector Invest in the house. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Oh, Ray. Hello from Ireland. Wow, you were up late. Wearing the true working hero Moon Watch, the Bull of a Lunar Pilot, of which I have one of those as well, Ray. So
that watch.
Welcome to the club,
good.
man. It's a great watch. So we want to thank everybody for being here, all 33 of you. And if you could go over to those other streams, invite your friends, and tell those other streams that the Watch Hangout is on live. They need to get off. All of their people need to come over here. Just let them know. Just don't be shy.
And if you're here, it says there's 30 watching right now. There better be 30 upvotes or I'm going to come find you.
Uh-oh.
Just
don't mess with Jen.
I will find you.
Jen's hanging out eating.
I will employ Ollie and he will help me find you.
My goodness.
A little aggressive today, huh, Jen?
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, if they're going to come in here for free, they got to give us a little something back, you know?
That's right. Give us a little something.
I've got an Omega question, Robert.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Any input at your meeting about the availability of the FOIS or the white dialed moonwatch?
The white dials are coming in slowly but surely. As a matter of fact, one person, they had one of the white dials, and one person in our group bought it.
Okay.
They get about 5 a week of the white dials here in Vegas, and then they get about 3 a week of the
Great White is such a good watch. Oh my god, I want a Great White.
Yeah,
I reached out to our local Omega boutique like 4 days ago, and I still haven't heard anything.
Yeah,
not a good sign.
I did not check on the first Omega in space.
Okay.
But I know a couple of people around town that want that white Speedy, and so I did check on that. And I know, like I say, they had one, and it was gone by the end of the evening.
Omega's been doing this weird little thing because Omega has like their corporate boutiques and they have their like partner boutiques, and they're giving more supply to their corporate boutiques than they are their partner boutiques. So if you're having issues getting hands on one, just say, hey, is this a corporate boutique? next time you call, hey, is this a corporate boutique? And then if it's yes, then you should be good.
Interestingly, there was a white dial that popped up this morning on EWC, and by the time I sent off an email, it was gone.
Yeah,
I think they're going under.
Marco,
I think they're going under retail too.
Yeah, I'm already in touch with Marco.
Okay,
good.
I think they're going under retail right now. I could be wrong, like
Really?
right there. Yeah, like right at or under, if I'm not mistaken.
And they also had one Snoopy in the boutique, and that also was sold by the end of the night.
Wow.
Which
Nice.
one?
I can't remember. I didn't see it in person. I know who got it, but I didn't see it in person.
Okay.
Wow, nice.
But Kurt's excited because he's probably next on the list.
Well, I think they discontinued the other Snoopy. Did they come out with a newer one? I can't remember.
The blue Snoopy is the one that's out right now, but the one that a lot of people want that's actually worth more because it was a really limited run was the white and black one where Snoopy's laying down on the dial in one of the sub registers. That's the one that a lot of people want.
Yeah,
it's hard to get. It's even more than it's up there with the 321 almost.
Yeah,
it's really hard to get.
Yeah.
Welcome, Wristful Ignorance in. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Glad that you joined us this evening. We're up to 40 out there, so please throw that upvote in. Also, we are expecting to have a race at the end of the night. So if you want to get into the race, of course, we'll pick somebody randomly from the chat, but you can also super chat. You can join the channel as a member. That'll also get you into our WhatsApp group, and or you can use your member chat as well, your member milestone chat. So those are the three ways you can get in the race. We believe we'll be racing at the end of the show. If not, if something happens, then we will roll those names over to the next show and race then. But I think we're going to have one at the end of tonight. So get those race entries in, folks, if you want to be involved. Unfortunately, we don't have a free watch for you this evening.
I'm gonna go through my swag bag and find something for the free. I've been getting a bunch of shit in, and I got a bunch of shit I need to get rid of. So I'm gonna go through my swag bag and find something for the race winner today. So
all right, cool.
Make sure you get some entries in.
Very cool. So we'll get a little bit of swag from Blake, and he will send it your way if you win the race this evening. So, and he'll let us know what it is before the end of the show.
Yep. I'll go off radar for a little bit and look.
AB, dang, I was getting used to the free watch thing.
Oh, Philip is wondering if he can donate a watch for the race for the winner.
Oh, well, what you got there, Mr. Philip Hurst Media? I mean, sure.
He says yes. Hey.
You're getting used to the free watch thing. We all were, AB. We all were.
I mean, it seems like it's
Next
a watch
week
episode.
We'll have Terry Stern on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He'll donate a Cubitus, I'm sure.
He's going to donate a 5711.
That would make news.
Our first super chat from Kleiner Hun, $5. Hello. Can't say, just wanted to say, the race is rigged. Yeah, well, not to me because I haven't won one in a while.
Yeah, no rigged races here.
So Philip says it's VK, so that's a Mecha Quartz Panda on Panda, one of his first builds. Sure, nice. Man. If you don't mind covering the postage for it, sure. We've got the ghost of Yiddish Gambino in the house. If he donates a Santos Dumont, I'm in.
Of course you are.
No, I don't think so.
So you can flip it the next day, Nate?
Yeah. So
like the old Groucho TV show where the duck would come down from the ceiling with the word of the day.
The word of the day.
Yeah.
Let me go see what's in the swag bag.
All right.
Santos Dumont.
So VK63, which is a Mecha Quartz, right, and a chrono. It's a Daytona homage with a panda on the dial. So yeah, sure, man. If you want to cover the postage, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you've got a picture of it, hop on the stream
Yeah.
and show us what it looks like. The link is further up in the chat. So one of my friends from high school, John Wiegand, is here. Hello, Robert. Hello, John. Good to see you. We had driver's ed together, but we will not tell those stories in public.
Yeah.
Or in private, probably. I don't know. That was a long time ago. Maybe the statute of limitations is expired. I'm not sure. But let me get into, first of all, get my screen share going here. And let's talk about a few of the watches from the Grammys. And the question is,
the baby billionaire.
Yeah, the question is do these guys own them or were they loaned out for the evening?
Jay-Z's is owned.
Jay-Z's is owned. I know that. But I don't know if any of the rest of these were.
Who is this?
Actually, this is Shabuzi.
I don't think I know.
Was just won best new artist at the Country Music Awards and
was probably given this
last year. So given or maybe allowed to borrow for the night, or I don't know.
Jacob's usually pretty big on,
and Jacob's got a lot of watches in this at the Grammys. So, but I don't know. What do y'all think about it? It does have a quartz movement.
Okay.
But I mean, when you're looking at that kind of a watch, who cares what's in the movement? It's all about the all about the shine, the diamonds, baby. So I don't know. What do y'all think about that?
I think it's lame.
I think it's more jewelry than watch, obviously.
Yeah, that's it.
I like the size of this one better than I like of the regular billionaire. The billionaire is so big.
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah.
I do like the skeletonized dial in the billionaire, but
why don't they choose a smaller movement? Like why use a quartz movement?
Yeah.
I don't know. We've got you wondered who got the Spider-Man?
Kai Cenat.
This guy. He's
Kai
a
Cenat,
YouTuber.
I think Kai owns that. And he probably got it because he's good friends with Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's big enough that he could get it on his own, but Kevin probably hooked him up with that because I don't know if I think he got that from TPT, from Timepiece down in Miami.
Okay.
So I believe he owns that.
So there's a lot of I mean, to say that there are a lot of hype watches were on that red carpet is an understatement.
Yeah.
And finally, someone with taste.
Janelle Monáe kicking all the guys' butts with the Carrera.
That's a press watch right there. That's a freebie.
Yeah, but it's pretty.
It is. It is.
I like the Tag Heuer Carrera a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've determined that Blake Ray is in a slightly different timeline, voices Chris Griffin on Family Guy.
That's how I afford all the watches.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Doing the voice work. No shame in that, man.
Nope.
Nobody's supposed to know, though.
I know.
Cat's out of the bag.
NDAs and all, you know.
Yeah, I know.
So we've got a nice Daytona on Chad Smith's wrist.
Nice.
And he owns this. This is definitely his.
Yeah.
But that's nice and pretty.
I'm a big fan of Chad Smith.
He's such a good drummer.
Yeah, I am too.
Anthony Kiedis leaves a little to be desired, but
did you guys ever see the video of like a guy drumming to Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then there's Chad Smith sitting like in front of the drummer on the street, and he's just and didn't even say anything. It was kind of cool moment.
He's done a sketch with Will Ferrell too, because Will Ferrell looks like his twin. It's so funny when they do it.
Yeah.
I saw those videos too where they just throw a bunch of music at him and he just starts drumming to it. And it's like incredible.
We've got $5 from Mitch, our man Mitch. What's all the fuss about Grammys? Everyone has had a Grammy and a Grammy. That's right. We've all had Grammys.
Let's see if these. I found these 2 swag gifts, and let's see if they're exciting enough to get some excitement. And
all right, we'll put you big screen.
Oh, crap! Look at you, Grand Seiko.
Yeah, it's not a watch, folks. Don't get that excited.
No,
it's a journal.
Oh wow, very nice.
Oh, that's nice.
For somebody who likes to write, is gift number 1, swag number 1. And then the second swag grab is whatever this is from Formex.
Okay. Very cool.
It's
like a bag or a pouch of some sort.
I'm gonna open it. I think I have the right to do so.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we know what's going on.
Oh yeah.
It's a watch roll. Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Two watch
slick.
roll. That's nice.
Heck
super
yeah.
nice, guys. This is super nice.
So that's up for grabs.
Runner and runner up. The winner and the runner up. So get y'all entries. And I'll ship them out tomorrow. How about that?
There you go. As long as we can get your address from you this evening somehow, we will get those out to you, or Blake will get those out to you tomorrow. I got nothing to do with it. So we've also got $2 from the Hot Watcher. Hello, watch people. It's Watch Time Tuesday. Yes, indeed it is.
Philip says he can ship tomorrow too.
Well, there you go, and he'll pay shipping. So, Philip, if you have a camera and can jump on real quick and let us see what you got, we'll get everybody interested in that. Let me see if I still have.
So maybe what we could do is the first place gets a watch, because that's probably the most exciting thing, right? Then the second place will get Grand Seiko, and the third place will get the Formex.
There you go.
So
AB,
top 3.
$2. I'm a sucker for free crap. Well, there you go.
Yeah, me too.
We have all the free crap you could ever want, my friend.
I do.
We appreciate your support.
No, the Grand Seiko journal. Number 1. Okay. I'll let the winner choose. So the winner can choose the way the dominoes fall.
There you go.
Wow, this is getting complicated.
Okay, winner chooses, and the next 2 get what they get. How's that?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So Chad Smith, as we said, with the beautiful Rolex, and here is a beautiful Omega Seamaster Aquaterra, and that's on Billy Joe Armstrong with Green Day. That's a nice watch.
I was just looking at this with my friend today. He was looking through Omegas, and we saw this, and he's like, "Man, this is nice."
That is beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, I wish I would have seen. I didn't go to look at too many of the Aquaterras on Saturday. I wish I would have gone and maybe seen that one in person.
Nobody does those. What is this, maroon? Is that what the color is?
Yeah, it's a maroon or red,
burgundy,
burgundy,
whatever.
right?
Yeah, nobody does that red like Omega.
Yeah,
nobody.
So we've got $2 from Brian the Pipe for Jewish Space Lasers Part 2. Of course, Brian won our watch last week, so here he is trying again. Good luck, Brian.
Get your tariffs in.
That's right. And let's see who else we have on here. We've got Ray with Audemars Piguet. That's a beautiful ladies' watch too, isn't it?
Ooh.
It is.
That's an older. What size is that? Did they say?
I think it's a 30. Oh, 23.
No, 23. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a vintage one. This is one of the vintage ones from back in the.
That does not look vintage. That looks like it's frosted.
It doesn't look frosted.
No, I can't get a bigger image.
I think it's frosted. I'm gonna look it up. That's definitely frosted.
If it's 24, it's I don't know.
See, that's a little bit bigger.
Let me see here. Going to AP's website.
Because if it's not frosted, it's vintage.
Yeah, it looks frosted. I could be wrong, but let's see here.
So while you are looking that up, we will go ahead to, is it Rama? I'm so dumb with new music, people. I just don't keep up with it.
Jacob.
But another Jacob, the Bugatti Chiron watch. And as we said, another Jacob is coming up too. There's an Urwerk, which is kind of interesting to have an Urwerk on the red carpet. That's kind of a cool. I like that purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a little mini frosted 23 millimeter.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Same exact dial color.
Very cool. Yeah, I like that purple in that Urwerk. I think that's very cool.
Beautiful.
And here's the biggie. Jay-Z in his one of his mini Pateks. Although this one, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it's astounding. It's a minute repeater. It's ridiculous, but I don't know. I mean, if you're wearing
I don't think the I don't know. It's very complicated. I just don't like the look. I don't know why.
That's fair.
It's sort of unreadable, but other than that, I don't especially like the look. And then we have Phineas and Cartier.
Mm-hmm.
But his lady's not wearing anything. Come on, dude. Buy a watch for your lady.
It could be on her right wrist. You don't know.
I'm just going for that he's cheap and he hadn't bought a watch.
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm sure she has any watch she wants. And here is our other Jacob & Co. The Casino.
I don't know who half these people are.
I don't either.
I started losing touch with music after Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say after Tommy Dorsey, but okay, Simon and Garfunkel, that's fine. And I think that's all we've got in that article. But I wanted to show you one more from the Grammys.
Okay.
And that is this one. Any guesses on who was wearing a classic Universal Genève pole router?
Ooh.
Do you ruin it? I know who it is.
Do you?
Uh-huh.
Anybody else who doesn't know for sure have any guesses?
Nah.
Nah.
It said Smith right there.
Will Smith was wearing that. It was his first award ceremony since the Oscar slap.
Yeah.
And but he's wearing a heck of a watch. That's very cool. Yeah. 36-month membership chat from the captain, AP badge, and a win for my 3-year anniversary. Look at that. Thank you for being with us for 3 years, Cap. You are definitely a staple in our community. We thank you. A pillar of our community. Mm-hmm. We want to welcome Philip Hurst, the Time Panda, on here this evening. Hey, man, how are you? I can't hear you, though. Can you hear us?
It's going to switch out.
There you go.
There we go. Now, now you're muted.
We heard you before, and then you turn your mic off.
Yeah.
How about now?
There we go.
There we go.
You're unmuted.
Hi guys, how are y'all doing tonight?
Hey man, we're doing good.
Good. Glad to hang out. Yeah, so I've been watching you guys. I think y'all are really cool. I love what you guys do, and I love the community that you guys create and how it's just an open conversation. From newbie to experienced horologist. Like that's the kind of vibe I feel everybody's welcome. And because of that, being new to, I've been collecting for a while, but now actually being new to try and meet people and really talk about it and actually geek out about it and let people know that I'm actually a geek about it. It's kind of taken over my world to the point where, I've been building a lot of watches and I like to try to spread that love with people. And if they're not interested with watches, ask them why and maybe educate them. Most people think a watch is just time. No, let's talk about some of the stories on why some of these things are significant, even to anything other than time. Design theory, stuff like this. So when they start hearing these stories, they're like, oh, that's really interesting. And then I've got a couple of people already addicted to watches. Some of them have bought digital watches or an Apple Watch. but at least they're getting comfortable with having something on the wrist. So once again, like I said, with this offer for you guys, if I'm able to help this out and any of the listeners that are able to, benefit from what these guys are doing and what I'm able to contribute, hey.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for offering up a watch to give away.
So real quick, wrist check. We got a Hamilton khaki on one.
Nice.
And then we got the Time Panda on Panda action.
There you go.
Nice.
So that's
super cool.
And that's the one up for grabs tonight, right?
This the story behind this, I was really just letting my inner geek out, and I was like, you know what? I'm a videographer. I commented last week on somebody's crooked, I think it was JJ's crooked screen.
Yeah. That was Sunday night. I remember.
Sorry, guys. Am my verticals vertical? Are we good? Okay. So, anyways, it all started like I picked up a watch, I was wearing a Timex Weekender for the longest. I've had Casios, I've had other stuff growing up as a kid, but I landed when I got my architectural position. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get a watch. I'm not rich, but I'm gonna get something that looks classy. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it, and it really started getting me back into loving watches. So I wound up buying parts off of AliExpress, found that Panda dial. I'm like, oh, that's absolutely adorable. One, I love the Daytona. It's been my grail ever since I was a kid. Love motorsports. As you could tell, I'm a Formula One photographer with my wife. Mm-hmm. So the Daytona has just been part of my life forever. And I saw that watch. I'm like, okay, Panda on Panda. That's kind of cool. All right, I'm about to go to Coda. Rolex everywhere. The Daytona is the main symbol. I was like, all right. So wore it on the Patek, met a couple people. Some of my photographer friends really liked it. I sold a couple. Some people were like, hey, where can I get a couple more of those? Started selling a couple online, build. And I'm like, hey, why don't I just get a whole bunch of different parts, make builds, and help people get into watches affordably and create a community around it and meet new people? And it's turned into this. I'm sorry, I'm not here to promote at all.
No, that's fine.
It's just been my story over the past 3 months, and we just now kind of like, hey, let's go at it. So, hey, here's me giving back to you guys because you guys have really helped me along on my journey. So thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Let me ask you, I'll get into a Formula One question. What do you think about our little racetrack here in Austin?
Okay.
Because that's where I am.
I love Coda. Okay. So I love Coda.
Excellent.
I fly drones professionally. Me and my wife, we run a production company.
Yeah.
And my first experience with Formula One was last year in Vegas. I shoot and film for Ephesus Sports Lighting and Cooper and Signify. They lit all of the track for Vegas.
Right.
All 1,700 lights that are around the track are all Signify and Ephesus lights. So I flew that, did a documentary for the engineering team, shot the whole thing, blah, 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 blah. And I wound up meeting somebody on the track who's a Formula One photographer. Now, he had the really fancy tag. He had the tag that said F1 and it had the microchip in it. And I'm like, oh, I'm just sitting with a vendor tag allowed to take photos. I'm like, this is kind of cool. Saw him and I was like, hey, man, how do I get one of those tags? Invited me to get into Formula One. And So I say that to say this. I've been to Vegas. We've been to Miami. We've been to Coda. And I've been to Montreal. Out of all of those, Vegas was a poop show. Okay. It's not a driver's circuit. It's not fun. It's kind of a mayhem, but it's
spectacle. That's all it is. Yeah.
Glam. Okay. It's all celebrity driven. Miami, a little bit better. They treated the photographers really well. They treated media really well. It was very well organized. It was a great location, but still kind of just a street course. It doesn't feel right. On the other hand, Coda, being set up specifically for racing, the pits, the garages, the media is right there. It's everything. We can go right to the pit lane within 5 seconds. You don't have to take a tram to get around or to go. I loved Coda. So kudos to
Excellent.
Coda.
So I'm curious as to what photographer got you into it, because I follow Kim Illman a lot on YouTube.
Everybody follows Kim Illman, but
I know.
I follow real Formula One photographers. His name is Glenn Dunbar. He's been a Formula One photographer for 20 some odd years. His father was a Formula One photographer for long before that. He grew up in motorsports. He loves motorsports, cherishes motorsports. And I can almost guarantee most of the banger photos that you guys have seen where it's completely street light and the car is just popping out from behind a bush and you just see it through all the greenery. Yeah, that's our buddy Glenn Dunbar. And another one of his teammates, his Stevie T. If you remember any of the Formula One shots where the guy was actually on fire and he was like burning with the big fire, that's Stevie T, another grail photographer when it comes to the world of photographers. So nice. Those are our mentors. Now provided Kim Ilm is an amazing photographer, amazing journalist photographer. He started out in, if I'm not mistaken, wildlife photography, and he got published in National Geographic and so on and so forth. What he's really good at is marketing. He's very organized and he knows how to get that market well. And he saw Formula One. He was able to get in. He's like, okay, I can make a market from this. He has his son do his editing and posting for him while he goes out there and he does watches of the Patek. He does, girls of the Patek, and that's fine and dandy, but this is Formula One and it's about the cars, the race and the track. And yeah, the watches and the stuff are cool, but I'm a naturalist when it comes to the sport. I don't litter it with glitz, fame. I want to see a bunch of scientists create the coolest car out whose experiment wins every week. That's racing. And who is smart enough to put the best there. I don't care about the watches or the who wore what. That's fun and all, but I really care about the petrol and the combustion engines.
I will say one thing about watches and F1. How big of a difference is it going to be? Because you mentioned going to COTA and with all of the Rolex stuff everywhere. How big of a difference is it going to be this year with no Rolex stuff at all?
Boys and girls, start investing in tag right now.
Yeah, because
start investing in tag, because with as much publicity as they're about to get with Drive to Survive and the whole Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari, that billboard and that timing and thank God tag's coming back. Tag was there before, and that's I know since tag. I'm not a Drive to Survive fan, if that makes sense. Right. I've been around since like the Senna days and the Schumacher days, and so seeing tag back into the mix, it kind of brings it back home to me. It brings it back to the roots, and that's what. And I think Rolex sees what is happening. Rolex is a very prestigious brand with as much hype and drama and everything and glitz and glam, especially with the Vegas. Blake, are you the one from Vegas, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah,
okay,
that's right.
From Vegas, and what I hate to say that the American market is done to it, and Liberty Marketing has done to it, and made it very much about the dollar as opposed to the race. Rolex is like, but that's kind of diminishing our brand, because now we're being associated with a bunch of crazy party animals who drink beer out of their shoe. And, no disrespect to Danny Rick. I love it. I love the shoey, but that's not Rolex brand. And my watchmaker partner, he is an AD with Rolex. He told me, he's like, dude, I don't care how much money you came in there with. We would not sell you a Daytona. You're not the market. You're not our avatar per se. And that's just coming from inside. Like, that's the real market. Like, they're very strict about that. So anything that kind of tarnishes Rolex's name or the brand, I mean, there's a reason there's a 2-year wait list, not because it takes them that long to make the watch, because they set that standard to where they can. And they expect that. Now, if everybody, Joe Schmo, can go out there and just get a watch, get drunk, and buy one on the gray market, that they want to remove. I feel they're wanting to remove their name from that and keep that prestige, even if it's just, hey, we're going to lose some market. That's okay. The market goes ebb and flow. We're going to maintain our model, which has been tried and true and stayed traditional for this long. And I think that's what they're trying to go with. So I know financially, if I'm not mistaken, Rolex was a $50 million a year deal or something like this. And if I'm not mistaken, Tag came in for $100 million contract.
150 for LVMH as a group.
$50 million contract. So that just shows, like, it's not about the dollar for Rolex. Rolex is like, hey, I'll probably make more money by removing my name from this and reestablishing our prestige and that level of attainability. We're not.
And at what point does the return on investment not make sense? I mean, Rolex has been doing this for, the better part of at least a decade, if not more. at some point, it's just like, I don't know that it's really going to benefit us any more than it already has.
No, correct.
You know?
You don't need anybody to know who Rolex is. You can tell it to a 3-year-old and they know what a freaking Rolex is. I mean, you don't need, Rolex doesn't need the marketing. Rolex doesn't need the marketing. You know, I hate to say it, but the Daytona, the Oyster Perpetual, the Yachtmaster, any of their lineup do enough of the marketing. You could say that name, people recognize it and can automatically associate what that looks like. You say Patek Philippe, you say VC, you say AP, you say any of these things. Maybe they might think of a Royal Oak, but they might even get confused between a Patek and a Vacheron. They don't know necessarily. But you won't confuse a sub, you won't confuse a Panda, you won't confuse a GMT Master. That's
I think it's less of the persona aspect of it, because now wearing a Rolex in a weird way is seen as like everybody does it, and whether it's a real Rolex or a fake Rolex or people don't know, you know, except for us watch nerds. But I think it's more about less being, hey, you know, we're not associating very well with the sport anymore. Let's just bow down.
Correct.
I think it's more about the fact is, you're right. You know, they don't need to market.
And also, I think maybe even if it is less about the, hey, you're going to kill our image, maybe it's more like Jen said. It's like, hey, maybe that's about as far as we're going to poke this horse, and as far as we're going to get this donkey up the hill. Let's just go ahead and take the river the rest of the way.
They don't even need to. They don't even need to pump any marketing dollars really into anything at this point.
Yeah, they're
let's just be real.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to hang out and continue this, but I did just come home from a long day at the office.
Very good.
I would love to keep on like coming on and doing these shows with you guys.
Yeah.
I just don't know the scheduling. Robert, Jen, I'm friends with you both on Instagram. If you could just shoot over a schedule and when you guys are going to be on times, I'll try to make it into the office and I'll have a much better background.
What time zone are you in?
Eastern, I'm EST.
Eastern?
Okay.
So 9 p.m. every Tuesday.
9 p.m. every Tuesday? Love it, guys. Awesome. Well, thank you again. I really do appreciate it. And thanks for having me. And shoot me the information of where to send everything tomorrow.
Right.
And
I'll send it to you on it. I'll DM it on Instagram for you.
All right. Yep. And it will be naked. Sorry, guys. No fancy box and all watch roll and all that stuff. Okay.
Hey.
Love you guys. Take care.
Have a good one, man. See you later. All right.
Have a good one.
How do I exit this thing?
You just leave studio. There you go.
There we go.
We have a $4.99 from the Watch Lounge. What's up, Dion? Myrtle off today, enjoying a Romeo y Julieta Toro night smoke. Very, very nice. Hope you guys are having a wonderful time over there. Let's see. Wrist filling is so true. I thought Rolex was the only Swiss watch for years when I was younger. Yeah, I'll tell you, I think I've told this story before, but my daughter's stepdad had a friend who wore a Rolex. When she was little, she saw the crown on the dial and said, "Ooh, that's a cool Budweiser watch."
Oh, no.
I'm like, yes.
Did he take it off and give it to her and say, "Okay"?
I wish.
He's like, yeah.
If he would have given it to her back then, we would have sold it in 2020. Made some cash.
Yeah, baby, I'm on stream.
Yeah, you are on stream.
My wife was trying to do a fashion show.
Oh no.
Well, what's she wearing?
Yeah, you don't have to share. It's okay.
She's just doing a bunch of outfit mix and
Okay.
matching, and she just busted open the door. Isn't it so cute? Look, I guess it does look nice. It does look nice.
Your wife is terrific. She's a fun person.
She is.
Thank you.
She's allowed to come on anytime she wants.
Anytime she wants to come on, she can come on.
She doesn't know much about watches, but
that doesn't matter.
Yeah. We could do one of those things where it's like, guess the value, you know?
Yeah.
Try one of those things.
See, we may do it. We may do a Tuesday show on Guess the Value. That'll be fun.
Or do like Mad Watch Collector, where he has his wife give her opinion on the watch.
Yep.
And,
Oh yeah.
My buddy Russell. That's a great deal.
I know. Right?
Yeah, I was working on that video, the Laco. I'm working on a video for Laco, and she was fell in love with this one, the orange one.
Oh, nice.
That's good.
Which is going to Jen.
We have good taste.
Yes.
Okay, curious minds want to know what kind of fashion show.
Well,
It was a high couture fashion show.
Oh wow,
That's
she
right.
had fancy clothes.
Yeah, it was super fancy. Yeah, haute couture.
oh,
Yeah,
it is French.
So
she mixes and matches a lot of black and white. So
there you go. Well, so do I. I mean, I've got some gray on today. I've got the black check with gray pants. So
there you go. Nice.
So we got some new watches to talk about tonight too, some new releases. But a reminder that you've got a watch up for grabs tonight, along with a couple of things from Blake, the diary, not diary, but the journal from Grand Seiko. And is that Formex, right? Formex watch roll. So it's your choice. If you win the race, it's your choice which one you get. Then second and third, we'll just assign you something.
Yeah.
So there you go. So if you want to get in the race tonight, obviously, super chat, member chat, join the channel, and we'll select a couple of people at the end as well, or at least one person in the end as well to get into the race for free. A couple of new releases out. There's actually a bunch of them. So let's start with this one, which I think is really pretty. It's the new Seiko Presage enamel dial. It's based on, let's see. Oh, we've got Brian the Pipe in here. Hey, Brian.
Oh.
He's got the pipe laser ready to shoot and kill us all. Oh, and he got his Islander. I tell you what, we'll do we'll do an unboxing of the Islander in just a second. Let's see. Would somebody see how many upvotes we have? And
do that.
And we'll see how many we have.
We have
and
35 upvotes and
35.
54 people. Shame on you. Get in here and vote.
We can get at least 40 upvotes for Brian's unboxing. So let's get at least 5 more, and we'll do that. Turtle Knight with his member chat for 20 months. Upvote. Absolutely. And we'll have an unboxing from Brian in just a second. We'll talk about this Seiko real quick, and then I bet that we've got 40 upvotes. But it's based on a pocket watch design.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
And so I think this is a beautiful watch. And then Seiko does fantastic enamel dials.
Yeah.
But I think
they did an anniversary watch last year that was kind of like this, or is this the same?
Very
one?
Similar, yeah. Yeah. So I'm glad that they did this. Very, very nice. Beautiful. But it is expensive.
It's limited too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's let me see if it's limited. I think, see, does it say? Oh, okay. So this does celebrate. Oh, it's less than their 1895 timekeeper, which celebrates their 130th. So it's about, I think it's about $1,700.
Okay.
40.2 in diameter, 12.1 thick. So pretty thin there. Let me see. I'm not seeing that it's limited, but I may be missing that because I'm just kind of, no, it's part of the permanent collection.
Okay.
And 1,500 euros, which makes it around between 17 and 2,000 US. So it ain't cheap.
That dial's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's super cool.
It's really good looking. Really, really good looking. So how are our upvotes coming along? Let's see. I'll check real quick. Hang on just a second.
I actually got a watch and I forgot. It's not your typical watch that we would show off, but I did get something.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute. We do have our 40 upvotes for our man Brian to unbox last week's prize. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. I meant to do that. Hey man, how are you doing tonight, by the way?
I'm doing good. It's been a long day. Let's see how good you want to talk about. Guess the price on on watches and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see if Mitch can tell you exactly what this is.
Well, it is a bulldog of sorts.
Maybe if I showed that part.
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, well.
Here,
Anyway, it's the same thing in the pipe world where you.
There we go. Now you're
certain
now
pipes
you're big
are highly recognizable just by the finish on them.
What's it made from?
So this is a little individual artisan that lives in Vermont and just recently retired, and he's known for his sandblasting. It's a guy named J.T. Cook.
Mm.
Yeah,
it's wood.
Yeah, it's briar.
Okay.
That wood finishing on the end there is gorgeous.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah. That's
hand poured acrylic.
I was gonna say it reminds me of Bakelite a little bit.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, that's kind of his signature.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I have the this is the North American premiere because I did a European premiere earlier today.
You must have been on Ticker's show today.
Yeah. I was reestablishing my ground from Thomas Burnett, who was trying to sneak in and take over my spot. Everywhere I went. Little bastard, rat bastard. Yeah. So Gen G knows exactly what I got, but I thought I'd show, this is the box. In addition to the watch, I also got one of the marine, one of those MN. Well, it's a Islander branded elastic strap.
Okay.
Those are super comfortable.
They are.
Yeah, they're a little weird to get them to clasp, but once you get them going,
once you get them on,
And because we can't call it a North Atlantic Treaty Organization strap, it's a double pass fabric strap that has the.
Nice little DLC, PDD, whatever.
Yeah, the hardware fit matches what's on this watch.
Yeah, Mark's a good dude.
Yeah. I was like, well, cool. So the watch, Jen and I stayed up late and went through the catalog and bounced some ideas back and forth.
Watch hunting.
Yeah. I was up later than I should have been, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Because I found one that was not, I thought I could have got, there's a couple of GMT models that he's got. There's a couple of divers and stuff that would have been great. And then I found one that I thought, well, this is really different and interesting and doesn't duplicate anything in my collection, really. And so the watch that I got is actually not in the box.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
It's on the wrist. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the little field watch that they do. I love that watch.
Yeah, nice.
Very nice.
Good choice.
So this one's the blacked out one. It's black on black with white, and it's got the date thing going on down there at the bottom.
Heck yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's got the T date.
That's very cool. I love that.
It's really cool.
And it should have been here Saturday, but thanks to the quality of my post office here, it got here yesterday. And yeah, but it's got the strap is really nice. It's leather backed. It's already starting to break in after only a day of wearing it. It's got some bolstering through there. For Florida, screw down crown, so it's nice and safe.
Okay.
And it's 39 millimeters, which fits fine on my 6 3/4 inch wrist, and it's super visible.
Yeah, I like that.
I will say this: if you ever get a strap or a bracelet from Mark, they are top quality. Really,
yeah.
All of his bracelets and straps are amazing.
He even has them with it's a quick release.
Yeah.
It's not real quick if I can't operate it. But,
but yeah.
He packs a lot of value into those watches for sure. Definitely making you question giving money to the big boys.
Yeah, and so there was a guilty part of me that was sitting there going, I really don't need another watch. But then I was looking at these and I was like, well, you know what? I'm not gonna take advantage because there was a couple of newer models that were really interesting, but they were, I don't know, they were a couple $100 more. And I thought, the guy was so nice with his time and so nice to do this. And then the one I really fell in love with was this one, and it was kind of marked down on a closeout sale too. So I think they're like on sale now for $229.
Okay.
Can't get that back in the hole without looking. There it is. There we go. So I'm really happy with this. This will be a great, black t-shirt and whatever, out you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesomely cool. And you've got the other two strap options. Like if you want to wear it down to the beach, you've got that, and you can wear it, put it on the not NATO.
Right, the OPEC strap.
The OPEC strap, yes.
Textile fabric materials.
Yeah, the fabric double pass strap.
Yeah.
I'm just like super thrilled, and I've been back on the website again, looking at a couple of the other ones, and going,
Now maybe I have to get one of these too.
Yeah, 2 keepers on the back, and
I mean, we looked at some pretty slick Rolexes that were vintage, that were all blinged out, and he kept coming back to this Islander watch. He's like, man, I really like this.
Yeah, we went down some rabbit holes.
Oh gosh, $200,000 date just iced out from factory. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that was.
They're beautiful.
So anyway, there's my $2 space laser watch.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome, man. I'm glad that you got something you like, but second, it's a gorgeous little piece of watch there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really can't. I mean, this is going to be a fantastic watch to take traveling with the day date.
Yeah.
And you don't want to worry about taking a Rolex into some. We go on a handful of cruises, and you don't want to take a Rolex into some weird ports.
No.
Yeah. I know the weird ones.
Watch too. You can beat it around a little bit, and
it's ready for every slum in every corner of the world.
Yeah.
I have less than fond memories of going on a cruise docked at St. Petersburg, and as soon as we got off the ship, getting mobbed by gypsies, pouring at me,
man,
give them money. Not a good look.
We walked out of the secured port area in Belize. So you dock, and then they've got this secured port area with little gift shops and stuff to do inside there, and then a big fence, and you go out. And the wife and I thought, well, we'll go out, we'll just walk around and see what the area looks like. It took us 35 minutes to walk about 20 feet, and 10 feet was out, and then the next 10 feet was back. But it was just everybody trying to haggle something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jay Giddy with $2, good looking watch. And Jay Giddy, that means you're also in the race tonight, so you could get the next good looking watch.
Okay.
We got a super sticker from BB, gets him in the race. A $1. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And look at this, Jen G. I'm feeling lucky for the race tonight. We shall see.
It's a $2 lottery ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Really
and
is.
we want to remind you that Brian, of course, not only knows watches, but he knows pipes, and he has his own pipe podcast. So there is the link. Go sign up and
Pipes
check
and
out Brian
Pods.
talking about pipes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called Pipes Podcast. Is that what it is?
No, it's the Pipes Magazine radio show, but that's the link to the website that I do it for.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so get on there and check him out.
I'm an internet legend in my own mind.
I mean, 647 episodes. I mean, you damn sure are.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, if you can't be good, just be consistent.
Yeah, there you go.
Speaking of which, and if we could find, or if you want to put it there in the chat there, Blake, you've got a new Lonely Wrist that came out this morning as well.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Yeah, I do.
Tell us who's on the show this week.
It is the North American CEO of Young Hans, which is a cool brand. Everybody knows about the Max Bill.
Yep.
And they also did I show the watch they sent me last time?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know if you did.
Oh, I'm working on some press, obviously, hence the lot goes here, and I'll go get the Young Hans that I'm working on press for, which I think is a pretty cool little watch. But no, so a family just acquired the North American rights to distribute Young Hans, and before it was ran in Germany, and they're going hard. They're going hard, guys. So if you don't see Young Hans in your local jewelry store, you should definitely go in and tell them to bring Young Hans, because I think they're going to do some cool stuff this year.
I think they're super underrated. Super underrated.
Yeah, and just go to YouTube, search Lonely Wrist. You can find him on YouTube. All of the podcasts are there as well on YouTube.
I just dropped the link too.
There we go. Good. We got the link. So the link is right there. That's the podcast, or you can watch them on YouTube. Just go check it out, because it's good pretty much every week. We've got $2 from the Ghost of Yiddish Gambino. I'm binging the Lonely Wrist podcast. Quality show. Very good, sir.
Thank you, Nate. Appreciate that.
Considering
how long you're feeling better, Nate.
Considering how long you've been homesick, you've had lots of time to binge. Yeah, really. We do hope you're feeling a lot better.
So Blake, since it's quality, that means you do it inconsistently.
No, I do every other week. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Quality and consistent? Oh,
yeah, I've done every other week for about a year. We're on episode 40. I just recorded episode 42 with this company. A little teaser. It's the first time I'm actually working on having a non-wristwatch company on the podcast, and this is a Swedish clock manufacturer. Everything is done by hand. Leather. I mean, this thing is sick. Beige in Borga in Solner is the name. I forgot how to pronounce it. I had to study it, practice it. But they are the one I just recorded, and you guys got like a 2-episode jump. And the next episode after this one is Marin Instruments in Alterum, which is also another awesome creator. And we talk a lot about his design background, and how he got the inspiration and entrepreneurial struggles, and if you guys haven't seen Marin Instruments, they are a super cool watch brand, and their owner is just so humble, and he's just so in love with what he does, and it really shows in his work. And it's really when you have people on like that, and you hear their story, and you just fall in love with the brand even more. And that's part of the reason why I do it. So
Thomas Broadbent says he watched the one with Christian from Theo and Harris.
Thank you.
And really enjoyed it. Ghost of Yiddish Gambino, the Swedish chef clockmaker. More.
It's actually an alarm clock, and and I forgot alarm clocks existed, to be honest. And it's kind of funny because the founder, her name is Listen. She got inspired by her grandma's alarm clock that was like on her nightstand, and it's like one of her most fond memories of her grandmother. And so she wanted to create a digital free space, right? Swedish quality of life is like insane, right? But she wanted to create a digital free bedroom, and so she needed something to wake up, and this is what she designed. And they sold like almost 1,500 of them like last year. And I mean, these things are incredibly expensive. They're like almost like $600 for an alarm clock, and they're designed to last a lifetime. like no joke.
And with them being Swedish, do they sell the clocks fully assembled, or do you have to put parts in?
No,
The
It's
IKEA
not
model.
IKEA.
Oh, okay. I got
there
it.
is the assembly that does happen in Sweden, and yeah, I mean it was a really cool podcast. I didn't know how it would go at first, and then I mean just to hear the story, you know, she did one with like a California. I mean, there's just so many flavors.
Oh wow.
And then just to hear why she did it, and it's really cool because I never really thought about it, but you know, all of us get woken up by, you know, your alarm clock on your alarm on your phone, and as I started learning how to use, I had to learn how to use this. You know, it wakes you up in intervals. Like it's got a gentle nudge wake function, which is very, very interesting. It's like it slowly chimes up until you hear it. And it's
I'm
a little
sorry.
softer.
I'm sorry, Blake, but on behalf of myself and Robert and Mitch, we don't get woken up by the alarm clock. We get woken up by the Mother Nature calling.
Yeah,
that's true. I do too. I do too. I do too. Yeah, it's. But no, it was an eye-opening experience to me, and I'm excited. And to give you a little bit more teaser, I have the CEO of Doxa coming on. We've already scheduled that. And then I also have the CEO of R Rain and Lee Boys and Co. He's already scheduled. And I'm actually working on getting this guy, Clement Mirazapan. He actually wrote this really captivating book that's on Amazon. And it is one of the coolest watch books I think I've ever seen. So yeah.
Yeah, I've got a mechanical alarm clock as well. Actually, it's a quartz alarm clock from Casio, but it's got actual bells in it. So it wakes me up to bells.
Oh, nice.
I also use my phone. It takes about 7 alarms for me to wake up. So
Oh, no.
6 on my phone, and then the Casio is loud enough to where if I'm in a coma, it will wake me up.
Yeah, this is a quartz alarm too. It's not mechanical. So and then when you snooze it, a light turns on. Like there's like a little like light up there.
Oh.
And yeah, she was talking about it too, because I was like, you know, me being nerdy, and maybe you guys will share this with me, but you know, I always am curious about movements, and you know, she's like, yeah, like the movement that we wanted, like we had to find the highest quality, and they're all cheap. You know, it's all cheap quality alarm movements, and so she had to buy the movement and then add the alarm complication to it because it didn't have an alarm.
Oh wow!
So yeah, it's very cool. And you can see the grid pattern too. I feel like I'm plugging this really hard. I'm sorry, but it's just super cool.
I agree with Thomas too. Loves cuckoo clocks. My grandmother had a fabulous cuckoo clock that I wish was still around. I have no idea what happened to it, but it was gorgeous. But I love the old, you know, German hand-built cuckoo clocks are very, very cool.
Yeah, I open my world.
A lot of those got destroyed by Jewish space lasers.
Yeah. Thomas was also wondering how much the alarm clock is. You said about $6?
Yeah, I think it's about $600 or so. They're pretty expensive. They're very expensive. They're very, very high. I mean, this thing is probably like 5 or 6 pounds. I mean, it's heavy. It's all steel.
Wow.
And it's all Swedish leather. It's all handcrafted.
So not only can you eat the moose, you can have it lining the back of your clock too.
Probably, yeah. Yep.
So we can continue looking at some new watches for a second, but we will say we're going to race here at about 9:25. So watch your clocks. It's I say 9:25 my time, which is Central. So 10:25 Eastern and whatever that is where you are. So you've got about 22 minutes to get your race entry in this evening, and then you can pick your prize. And then second and third also get a prize. So we're going to be keeping up with 3 people tonight. And we got prizes for our top 3. So, and we will all need all 3 of you to get your information to us on how to get you your prize mailed to you. And those will go out in the mail probably as soon as tomorrow. Okay. So we're all clear on that?
Crystal
clear.
There we go. East Wind, we were on Sunday night. I wasn't on Sunday night because I felt terrible. But we were on from 8 to 10, I believe, Central Time on Sunday night, 9 to 11 Eastern. So, yeah, there was a show. Actually, it went past 11. I think it went pretty late, actually.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was on.
This coming Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday.
That's right. I don't know if they're doing a show. I can't remember if we did one last year or not on Super Bowl Sunday. This is the Tuesday Crew. Primarily, the Tuesday Crew is their own thing. That's right, man. We're our own thing because nobody else wants us. No, anyway.
Yeah. We do.
I'm only here because Jen's here.
We have been weaned off the teat.
We're just the cool kids.
Yeah, or something.
Or something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So we got a new
You had to show me a Piaget, didn't you?
Piaget polo. Yes, I did.
Oh,
This is a new moon
man.
phase. I'm actually not sure that I like this all that much, but I know Jen does.
I just love the shape. Like, I'm not a fan of the dial on this version.
Looks like a
But they
tourbillon
have-
too.
Yeah, they have the ceramic version of this watch is unbelievable. If you can dig it up, but I just love the newer shape of the polo that they've pulled out for this. It's really nice.
This is a new release this week. By the way, I want to thank Monochrome. They do fantastic coverage of every new release. And whenever I want to see what's new this week, I first go to Monochrome.
Yeah.
So shout out to Monochrome. Thank you for doing the great work you do. Thank you for providing these fantastic pictures that we're showing right now and as much coverage as you give to new releases. We really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, but that's another new release from Piaget. And then we've got this one.
Ooh, like it.
So this is the new Porsche design.
The fat.
Yeah. So once
I'll
a week, it reminds me I'm fat.
I'll hate it. I'll hate it if it's PVD though.
It is, I think.
Is it?
I think it is PVD.
That looks so good on that white strap though.
Yeah, it does. But this is and I don't know who FAT is. I don't know what they do.
It's an organization. It's a racing organization that is kind of based off of a ice race that's been in Austria for years, and they also have younger. They have younger groups that race throughout Europe and other places. It's a whole big organization. What it means, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we looked it up on Sunday, and it's something like an acronym for France Allemand Transportation or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
France, Germany.
There we go.
Ollie doesn't seem to be too fond of it.
FAT is a reference to a given highway between France and Germany. FAT is like the super race club around it. Very good. And yes, he doesn't like it.
But we need to tell Ollie to stop holding back.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a full lume dial?
Yes, full lume dial.
They got a lume shot? Where'd that lume shot?
Let me see. There it is.
There you go. Holy
Why don't they just put the lume in the date discs as well? Like, this just pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
because
come on,
when you're in a totally dark room, you just have these 2 black squares in your dial.
Pisses me off. It's like, you'll do the color matching and everything, cool, but whatever.
And it's not that hard to do the disc in color. Like in the glow in the dark, it's the same thing as the dial. You just make it.
Yeah, it's the same shit.
Yeah.
So for those of us, excuse me, who are into affordable stuff, I found these really nice looking.
They are.
The new Bambinos. And I really, this is let me get down to so these are the new colors.
Okay.
Oh, those remind me of those Omegas, the Omega de Villes.
And so the one down here in the bottom corner with the old Orient automatic at top, that is an anniversary edition.
Okay.
There it is by itself. Because this is their 75th anniversary that they're celebrating this year. I had no idea that they'd been around 75 years. But I really like a number of these. But this, let me get to the one that I think is really cool. It's the anniversary. That's the one I think is really cool.
Oh, yeah.
The new Sun and Moon with the day disc, the moon disc, and of course the date there at the 3 o'clock.
I like how they did the registers on that.
Yeah, I just wish they hadn't used the screws in the dial. I don't like that part.
Yeah, that's weird.
But I like the overall look of this. And they've got it in multiple colors.
Okay.
And that's the white. That's the anniversary edition.
You put those two screws. You put those two screws on the dial front, and that, I mean that confused me with FP Jorn right away.
I know.
Yeah, there you go.
I wonder what the purpose is, other than is like a movement holder, or is it?
It could be. I don't honestly. I don't know.
I think it's probably the dial screws. You know, that's what they used to do back in the day. But it's just weird where they put them, like why they had to put them there.
And
maybe because of the plate, you know, the base plate made them do that.
Yeah, and maybe it's maybe that's how they did it 75 years ago, and it's 75th anniversary watch. I'm not sure.
I like the gold hands on that.
Yeah, I do too. $2 from Thomas Burnett. Congratulations on the Islander, Brian.
Thank you, Thomas. Love you. Stay away.
And Roy Jr., $5. Great show. Let's race. Easy for me to say. We will in about 5 minutes.
How much is this Orient Bambino?
Let me go back and find it. It's not horribly expensive.
Probably like 300 or 400. Just usually where there's 3 spots at.
So it's 359 euros. So probably what's that, about 375, 400 US?
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
No,
I think that's the 3-hander price.
Okay. Yeah,
let me see if they've got. Okay, that's the day 9. How much is the day 9? Okay, 400 euros, so about 425, 450 US.
And what movement is in those?
It's an in-house Orient movement.
Okay.
The F6B24.
Okay.
It falls trippingly off the tongue.
Yes.
Very poetic.
I noticed too, guys. We actually somebody dropped a question in the chat for us that we never answered.
Oh, well, go ahead. Just tell me what the question was.
Question for the panel. Do you think celebrity endorsements really work to sell watches? Who's best at it? Which company?
Or they wouldn't keep doing it.
From Paul Sanchez. Thank you, Paul. Sorry for the delay.
So who do we think is best at it? I mean, Tag has done pretty good with Ryan Gosling.
I mean,
Cardi, honestly, like they don't really even. I don't think they push for celebrities to wear their stuff, but celebrities naturally wear it, especially on the red carpet.
It's usually the stylists that these brands work with, and then the stylists, if they're not a celebrity that has a watch affiliation, that just style it. I do think Omega does a pretty good job.
Rolex.
I mean, look at Richard Mille. I mean, it's working somehow, some way, and I mean the whole people respond to people. People like people. People, that's how, I think that's how you sell watches. I think it's stupid that people want to send me watches that I'm influential enough to talk about them and sell them or what. I don't want to wear them. I don't know, whatever. But I just killed my whole brand right there.
Yeah. Way to go, man.
Don't do it. Please don't do it.
But no. I mean, jokingly, like, I think it works. You know, especially when a celebrity's wearing something. I mean, look at the whole Panerai brand, if you want to use that as an example.
Yeah.
You know, even though it's a myth and all that, but yeah.
I think
I think it depends on who the target market is. I think as crazy watch nuts, I think we have a part of us that tends to believe that we are the market, and that just isn't true. So I may not be impressed that some race car driver was wearing a tag, but Joe race car fan who's looking for one watch might be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
$2.
the only endorsement kind of thing that ever really affected me into making a purchase was Omega and James Bond.
Yeah, you know, that's the biggest for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Really
there's so many great stories about watches. Like if you look at Steve McQueen in the Monaco, or if you look at you know, Sylvester Stallone in the Panerai, if you look at, I mean, Insert, you know, or you look at the guy that walked on the moon. I can't think of his name right now.
Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, Buzz
Neil
Aldrin
Armstrong.
and Neil Armstrong and Omega, or you know, I mean, you always associate a watch with a human, you know, and so yes, it works.
Bill D29, $2. This was on the Emmy show, not this watch. We did the Emmy watches earlier, right at the beginning of the show, and then we've been talking about new releases pretty much ever since, although we did have an unboxing from our man Brian the Pipe Laser of his new Islander that he won last week on the show. But I'm glad you're in the race, Bill D. If you are first, second, or third, you're going to win a prize tonight. The race, my friends, is closed. No more race entries. So we will have to... Well, you know, since he's, I was going to say Thomas Burnett, but he's already in it. So let's see who we can find to put in there, or our man in the back room running the race. If you put somebody in already, I have not. There we go.
This race will be between the haves and the have-nots.
There you go. All right, so let's put in East Wind Farms, because he's been a new viewer who came on this evening and was active in the chat. So we'll put him in East Wind Farms. And so here's the thing. If you are first, second, or third, I need you to, and I will put the link at the bottom of the chat here so you can easily find it. If you are first, second, and third, jump on the after show with us and give us your information as far as mailing address, and we will get stuff mailed out to you, okay? First, second, or third tonight.
Social Security number, American Express card number.
That's right.
I take all that.
So we'll put the well, you don't have to have a camera on, any of that. We just need to be able to identify you, and then give us your address. We'll get your stuff mailed out. Okay. All right. So I think it's time to race. 44 seconds on the clock. Volume down. Everybody's shuffled, and they're off. Everybody's pretty even right now. Kleiner Hund and Basil's out to a slight lead. JJ's Mold is in there as well. Basil's starting to extend that lead, but here comes Kleiner Hund and JJ's Mold. And that's about it, man. Those are our first, second, and thirds right now. So we're still waiting on somebody to make a move, and here we go. They are starting to fade. Our top three are starting to fade. And we've got Mitch is coming up along with Roy Jr. Here comes Hot Watcher coming out of the back. Hot Watcher, Roy Jr. And maybe let's see, Hot Watcher, Roy Jr. and East Wind Farms. Or is it Jen? I think it's East Wind Farms.
Yeah,
No, yeah, it wasn't me. I came in fourth.
All right. Roy Jr., Hot Watcher, East Wind Farms. He's saying wait. Watch Hangout saying wait. Actually, there's a way he can tell who's first. Second.
Yeah, we gotta check the tape on this one.
Check this out.
Robert, we're going to the booth for the photo finish.
Yeah.
Please stand by.
Steward's inquiry, as they say in racetrack talk.
All right, so we're waiting here for the final word.
This one's going to the judges panel.
Yep.
Roy Jr., Eastwind, and Hot Watcher.
Confirmed. There you go. All
Referee
right.
has saved
So
called it.
Roy Jr., Eastwind, and Hot Watcher. We need you to jump on the after show and give us your information. All right. And if you can't do that, and if you're in the WhatsApp group, you can find me there and give it to me there. Okay. So either way, but let me see. We'll again put the link there. So this is where I need you to go after the show, you three, and give us your information, and we'll get your prizes out to you. You can also pick out which thing you want, because we've got 3 things for you tonight, and it's the winner's choice. So Roy Jr., you get to choose, and then Eastwind and Hot Watcher. All right. That is our show for this evening. We want to thank everybody who came on tonight. Excuse me. We also want to thank Time Panda for coming on and donating one of his watches this evening for our grand prize winner. And I also want to thank Blake, of course, for donating the other 2 prizes. I want to thank Brian the Pipe, Jen G, Mitch, and Blake, as well as Ali, for running the race in the background. And let's see. We'll leave you with our boy, Mr. GMT, who is hopefully getting a new ad put together as we speak. Good night, everybody.
Can't beat my meat. Awesome homemade Greek style food. Come and get it. Our awesome gyros. Come and get it. Our big breakfast. Come and get it. Our Wednesday special charcoal pork shifty and souvlaki. Come and get it. Our Thursday special cabbage roll day. Come and get it. And our biggest seller, souvla day. Tuesday, Friday. Come and get it. And don't forget, in 2024, come and get it and you won't regret it.
Hey guys, look what I can do! I know it sounds funny, but I just can't do things. Hey Archie, I'm leaving you tomorrow. I'm all kinda getting tired of all the names like from Jimmy calling me. Check out, motherfuckers! Mike the Snake, I'm leaving. I'm leaving this stream tomorrow. Check out, motherfuckers!